have like a list of things to talk about. I have like the mail incident. I've had to deal with mail issues. I've had to deal with oh my god, that's right. I was gonna talk about how my friend got his foot stuck in a cowboy boot for an hour. That was so funny. And I did fun things. Okay. But anyway, so my friend got his foot stuck in a boot for an hour. I go to my friend's house to work out every week. It's a husband and a wife, and I know the wife from line dancing, and Boot Boy is another friend I know from line dancing. And so Boot Boy works out with us at the husband and wife's place, and wife line dances, and I guess so does the husband does too. So they have cowboy boots. The wife has cowboy boots, and she is 5'10". She's very tall. She's like a quarter of an inch taller than her husband. They're both fantastic people. I love them. And so she wears the same size as Boot Boy. Boot Boy and the wife have the same shoe size. So he put on her cowboy boots. He put on her cowboy boots just to like test it out. And they're like, oh, it's a little tight or whatever. So he got one of them off, well enough. He could not get the other boot off. He could not get the other boot off because it was damaged. The inner lining, there's a leather inner lining to the boot, because real cowboy boots, they're made of leather and all of that stuff. And it was torn at the bottom, so the inner lining was kind of free floating. And whenever he tried to pull his foot out, the leather inside bunched up around his ankle. It bunched up around his heel, so when he pulled it up, it was like a Chinese finger trap kind of thing. It like squeezed on it whenever he tried to put pressure on it, so he couldn't pull his foot out of it. And we tried. It's for so fucking long. The first like 20 or 30 minutes was so funny. Because it's comical that he's stuck in a boot. He can't get the boot off, and we're making fun of him, and it's the funniest thing ever. And he thought it was funny. We all thought it was funny. But then after a little while, it's like, oh no, he like actually can't get this boot off. He actually can't get this boot off. Oh no. And we started like feeling bad because, dude, if I were in that situation, I would be like so upset. I would get so claustrophobic if I couldn't get a boot off of my foot. I was stuck in a boot. So we were getting like spoons. We were getting spoons, spatulas, and trying to shove them into his boot. He was like shoving a bunch of utensils in there, trying to get it to like push the leather down, push the leather flap down so he could put his foot out or use it as like a shoehorn, and nothing was working. Nothing was working. He had like 2 utensils just shoved into the boot, and we couldn't figure out what to do. We couldn't figure out what to do. And we called a boot place. Like 45 minutes in, I called up a boot store and I'm like, hey, my friend has his foot stuck in a boot. What do we do about this? And like, she thought it was so funny. She thought it was really funny, the lady on the phone. Really weird interaction though. Really weird back and forth interaction with her. Because I explained the situation, and she was like laughing, like she thought it was comical. But then she was like, she hit me with like, hey, are there any other men that I can talk to, or are there only girls? And I'm like, what? What? Okay. So I held the phone up like, hey, she wants to talk to a man. So Boot Boy took it. He's like, hey, I'm the guy who's stuck in the boot. And she was saying that like we could use like some kind of oil. But the thing is, you can't use oil. You can't use oil on a boot or like leather because it'll ruin it. You have to use very specific kinds. You have to use super specific kind of oil, like level it up. And you can't stretch the boot because you can only stretch it from the inside, and his foot is stuck in the boot. And then you can't heat it up because that'll damage the leather. Also, if you do like shrink, if you use cold to shrink his foot, it would shrink the boot. Like all of it was shoe polish. I don't know about shoe polish. I don't think they had shoe polish. But so the husband went around to try and find. It was funny. The lady on the phone was like, I hope you don't get the boot off so I can see this. Because we were like, if we can't get it off, we're going to go down to the boot place and have them figure something out. Because the last thing we wanted was to actually have to cut the boot off, because real cowboy boots are hundreds of dollars. Those are expensive, and Boot Boy, I assume, would not want to buy the wife a new pair of cowboy boots. It's so pricey. But so the husband went around the house to try and find like a boot repair kit to see if it had like mink oil or whatever it is in there. Yeah, priorities. But so he was gone for like a while. I guess he couldn't find it because he came back down with like a fucking lube, like actual fucking KY sex lube. And so we had to use that. We got like 4 metal chopsticks. We had like 4 spoons. I don't even know how many. And so Boot Boy was just lubing up these fucking chopsticks and shoving them down into the boot. And eventually it did work. It did work. We had to there were like 2 spoons and 3 chopsticks in his shoe, lubed up with fucking KY jelly. And he finally managed to push the leather out of the way and squeeze his foot out. But it was so funny, because after he brought the lube down, because he was like slapping it in there with like a spatula and whatever. I know he was trying to pull his foot out like like, you know, like squinting like the like trying to pull his foot out, and then the husband's like, yeah, that's my face when I use it too. Stupidest fucking thing. This is what happens when you have all male friends. But it's a good time. But he did get it off after an entire hour stuck in the boot, and it was really funny. So nobody is going to be putting that boot on again until it gets fixed. It was definitely an adventure. It was funny because it was leg day. I went over and it was leg day, and that was definitely one of the leg days of all time. So we had a very short leg day afterwards because we spent the first full hour, I guess full over an hour actually, trying to get this boot situation sorted out. It was like a great time. It honestly was really funny. It's a yeah, cursed object idea for D&D singular cowboy boot that when equipped can be removed and makes your character speak in cowboy dialect until the boot is somehow removed. That is our other friend, because we have a whole like gaggle. We have like a whole zoo that we work out with. Me, the husband, Boot Boy, and then like 2 other guys. One of the other guys was like, this is a cursed object. It was a cursed object. He made that joke while we were there. Oh god. Oh, hey, Cliff, I didn't even see you show up. I'm sorry, I was too busy talking about boots. Welcome back, thank you. Something kind of happened to me. That's why I keep telling my grandma no to those Western Nikes. But no, we didn't have a shoehorn or anything like that. They didn't have a shoehorn, but the thing is, a shoehorn would have been too thick. Like, a shoehorn would not have actually worked. It was so tight around his ankle, and you wouldn't have been able, like, a wooden spoon wouldn't be able to get in there. And the issue was that the fabric was in the way. And a shoehorn, we would have had to they were talking about it, like, we can go, like, drive to Target and buy a shoehorn. But we ended up not having to do that. We just needed the KY sex lube and some kitchen utensils. And you can do anything with kitchen utensils and lube. Point proven. This has been highly uncomfortable. Oh yeah, dude, I felt really bad. Like, we all felt bad for Boot Boy. I actually did end up texting my mom, like, in the middle of it. Like, hey mom, my friend's foot is stuck in a boot. Do you have any ideas? But it's fine. We all figured it out at the end. I'll get chopsticks in there, but a metal shoehorn wouldn't fit. Interesting. Chopsticks are like tiny. Well, I don't know. It was hard to see because he could only like describe what was going on to us because I couldn't see really like into the boot. I looked at it afterwards, and yeah, the entire like inside lining of the boot was torn up, was torn at the bottom, so you could just pull it up, and that's what was sticking to his ankle. Astroglide. What is Astroglide? But the thing is, maybe shoehorns are thinner than I remember, because like the only shoehorn I had was this like dark forest green one I had as a kid, and it was actually like it was pretty thick. Like, it wasn't like a thin thing. Maybe there were different shoehorns though. Yeah, natural select. Oh, it's another lube. Yay, working in Walmart. Ah, I see. A cast saw? Oh, we were all joking that we were gonna have to, like, cut his leg off or, like, break his ankle. The other friend was like, okay. He came over, like, whispered, like, okay, if we just, like, break all of his bones. Yeah, dude, I'm like, I saw that in a movie once. I don't even remember what movie it was. There was some guy with handcuffs on, and he broke all the, like, bones in his, like, wrist and hand to try and, to get the handcuffs off. If friend and I would have gone into Neanderthal, I think it's supposed to say Neanderthal brain and use the Kurt Angle ankle lock? Kurt Angle ankle lock